Hello everybody, this is Toysareruss, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Star Toys ST01 Commander figure, which is a third-party masterpiece scale take on Blitzwing. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a look at how he compares to some of the standard Hasbro mainstream releases of him, including his original Generation 1 self. And because you can clearly tell he's a masterpiece scale, we'll see how he displays and indeed sizes up against some official masterpiece figures as well. Now you can pretty much tell straight away that this guy is massive. I'm going to do my absolutely very best to showcase him on here and indeed just try to fit him in the camera. Now as I start to pack these away, I need to thank Shozy, the online store, because that's where it came from, but it came via the way of Ben, one of my subscribers, and he very kindly has let me use this figure of his to of course do a review on him. So let's have a very quick look at the packaging. The packaging is super basic. It's purple and yellow Blitzwing's colors. You can see there Commander GAST01, so I'm predicting we'll get quite a few more figures released by Star Toys because this figure has gone down incredibly well. It seems to be very popular. There of course is the alternate jet mode. On the back we've got the tank, the jet, and indeed the robot, and then it just says choking hazard for children under 3, but why you'd give this a 3-year-old I have no idea. And it does say 16 plus up there. So inside this huge box you get this huge clamshell, which is what he fits in there, and indeed inside the clamshell you get, I'll show you his accessories and then we'll have a quick look at the figure. So we get the huge gun, again fantastic Generation 1 homages. We get the sword, again exactly the same. It's quite soft to be fair, but it's not rubbery. It is pretty much solid plastic. We get a different facial expression, but of course we get this figure. Now this guy feels really heavy, really weighty, super robust, just something that, to be honest, because I don't really collect many masterpiece figures, I'm hoping he's got a balance. I need to lift the camera up. He just feels, I suppose, expensive is probably the best word I can use to describe how he feels. I think he looks the same way. I mean, I think he looks really good. He looks super detailed. The head sculpt on it is brilliant. I mean, everything just feels really stiff as well. It is brand new. The head wheel's got full articulation. It looks up and down. The shoulders will go out to the side. They'll swing, yeah, they're on ratchets underneath there. There's obviously the shoulder swivel. There's a bicep flexion. Looks like there's a double bicep bend, to be honest, there with the way that's got. There is wrist articulation. Yes, there is. There's articulation in each finger in 2 places, so that is highly detailed. There is a waist swivel. There's an ab crunch. There's a hip out to the side. There's ratchets there. There's knee bend. There's a swivel. There's ankle tilt and rock. There's everything you would expect and more, I think, with that ridiculous huge ab crunch there from a masterpiece figure. There's nothing else that came inside the box. The instructions, they don't come with them anymore, and I've had this confirmed by Ridiculous Badger from Shozy. You just get a card and it's got a little video of the transformation process, but I'm going to do my very best to see if I can do one for yourselves as well. If not, I'll just upload the same video which comes with this particular figure so you can see it. The sword obviously will fit inside the hand. You've got the same tabs that they pretty much use on the official masterpiece figures as well. I don't know what came first. There must have been some other figures out that perhaps didn't have this, or did use this, but you can see how that fits in there, no problems whatsoever. Now I haven't even fully checked if this is exactly how he should look in robot mode. This is just some first impressions with me attaching the guns and stuff. We're going to look at him in his other modes, and I'm going to, we're going to look at him in some other modes before we come back to robot mode and just do a few more comparisons. But that's all there is to say at the moment. In this particular segment, we're going to look at each alternate mode and then come back and have a look at even the backpack. Look at this. That isn't a very big backpack compared to what we know the alternate modes are on this figure. If you compare it to this particular figure, it's about the same, to be fair. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing this guy in another mode. Let's come right back and have a look at one. So we're back, and here's the first alternate mode, and this is of course the jet, and this is huge absolutely huge. So hopefully again I can get this guy all on screen just to give you an idea, I suppose, of how big it is. If I just move the box over for a little bit, if I bring in the original G1 blitzwing, there you go. Hopefully you can see, you know, he's at least two of these, maybe even a little more. It's absolutely massive, this guy. And again, I've got to be honest, I'm struggling with the transformation process. I'm actually following Emgo's video. He's done an amazing video, and I always give credit where credit is due. I've used his video to follow to get him into this mode. As I say, I will have a go do my own video, but at the moment I am using Emgo's because it is brilliant. And what I like about this is everything is tucked away really quite well. I mean, obviously you can pretty much maybe tell that that was the turret on the back, but I'm sure you can agree and appreciate that that is, I've just knocked that out, is tucked away really nice. It's got the landing gear that's folded out there. You've got the wheels on there that spins. It's just really weighty towards the back. Everything's tucked away really nicely. The cockpit now there has got the lovely translucent blue on it. You can probably make out that they were the legs. Some of the transformation processes does have a brilliant homage to the original. It's just a much more updated version of it. With regards to some masterpiece figures, there is red alert in his robot mode, and it is, you can't even fit it on screen, you know, it's just that much taller, that much bigger, shall we say. It's a really good figure. I'm very impressed with it. It's massive, and again, it feels, I said in the first segment, and I'm not saying it again, so I'm sorry for repeating myself, it just feels weighty. It feels really sturdy, and this again is a brilliant example of the fact that it's a good solid alternate mode. Now the problem you normally get with triple changes is that there's always a weaker mode, but this, the robot mode and indeed this mode, are both very solid alternate modes. So one more mode to have a look at, which of course will be his tank, and then we will finish up back in the robot mode and change his face and see how he looks with his accessories as well. So there we go, there he is in one of his alternate modes, the jet version. Right, as you can see, back again with another completely mind-blowingly good alternate mode. I really didn't think this would be this good. This figure has completely surpassed any expectations that I had of this, and I didn't even really know what to expect, but I really didn't expect something this good. Usually, as I said in the other segment, there's always a weaker mode, and to be honest, it's usually the tank. Again, if I'm being super picky, of course the tracks rather don't go all the way around. They can't do because of how much they're all split up for the alternate modes. However, look, even these go around on the inside, so that's an added little bonus. You can see all the molding details on it, though it looks really good. But I know this is really old, really old, but I mean, look how much weaker the tank mode is in this. You can actually see the jet's nose cone there, the head, etc. You always get a weak one, even with the legacy version. The tank is one of the weaker, but this is just insane. And I don't know if I can get across how big this is either. If I get Masterpiece Trailbreaker there, I mean, look how much bigger it is. And of course, that's just lengthwise. What the overall mass of this, it's huge. It's really impressive. And unlike the other versions which I've just showed you, which I haven't even bothered transforming into the other modes, most of this is tucked away incredibly. You can sort of make out a few of the things, obviously, but the most important thing is when it's in this mode, without turning it upside down, you know, it's tucked away pretty well. You've got full articulation. It will spin all the way around. This will move up and down. It'll even, I know obviously it's more for transformation purposes, but it'll go all the way in and up as well. It's really good. These will lift ever so slightly and move up and down as well. Yeah, as I said, I'm really blown away with this. Here it is compared to another official Takara masterpiece. There's Shuki, and look at that, he's bigger than it. It's bigger than he is in height. It's a great mode. Really surprised, as you can hear, as I say, of how good this is. So what I need to do now, then hopefully I'm doing this figure some justice anyway, is getting back into his robot mode. That's the only thing. If I want to be negative, it's a little bit of a chore, but I think that's just because I'm getting used to it and because it well, it's detailed enough to be exactly that, really good in every single mode. So I'm going to get him back in robot mode, and then we can have the final segment and see how he compares with some other figures as well. So then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and let's first and foremost, let's show you how we can change the expression on his face. So if we bring this forward, if we tilt this up, you should be able to get your nails underneath the grey part there, which is the face. There's the standard expression, and then here's the other. This is going to fit in via the 2 tabs and the slot. That's going to fit into them holes there. Actually, that looks like a face. It looks like a very surprised Lego head, but no, that's not what we're looking at. We're going to pop this in there, and there's the slightly different expression. To be honest, does it make that much difference? I don't really think so, but it is a bonus faceplate that it does come with, so I suppose it's good for that reason. And of course, I just wanted to show you as well with regards to the accessories. Again, let's pop these both in his hands before doing just a very quick other couple of comparisons with some standard masterpiece figures. Is that going to fit around the thumb there? Is that getting in the way? I think I've got to go over the top. Yeah, you have. You've got to go over the top and then bring it round. So there you go. There is the sword. Now with this one, and to my knowledge, I've checked all the packaging, there was no decals, but when you buy stuff from Shozy, they tend to give you lots with other purchases, so you could, if you wanted to, put some decals on him, I suppose. But let's be honest, he looks all right, I think, without. I don't think he needs anything else. I think sometimes you can put some stickers on and it just, in fact, it doesn't enhance anything. I think sometimes it makes it worse. Right, let's just take him back into shot. There he is with both of his accessories. So for the final time, let's bring in the original Generation 1 blitzwing to give you an idea of not only just the size, but the obviously overall improvements that we've had over the years. I mean, I haven't even brought the tail fins down on this, which of course you can do. Can you even see that? Oh, I've knocked him over. You can bring the tail fins down as well. Now, he doesn't actually need it, to be honest, but you can. And I think it does, yeah, it does show it there in that particular image. So let's bring it down. And obviously, if I've got anything wrong on this, guys, don't hesitate to let me know. I need correcting. I'm learning just as, I suppose, as much as some people out there who, like myself, this is all completely new, completely alien to me, and it's fun learning about them, and I don't mind being corrected at all. So please feel free if I've done anything wrong. So let's just do some normal figures first. What I mean by normal is non-masterpiece scale. So there's a G1. There is a current, so these are all current mainline core, mainline deluxe, mainline movie, Voyager, and then we've got a mainline newer generations line rather, leader class, and as you can see, completely towered above by this particular figure. So looking spectacular. Let's just move the box out of the way a little bit now, because of course masterpiece figures are that little bit bigger. I nearly took the whole station out with me. Now I've not got loads because, to be honest, there's not much point. You've got an idea, I think, of how big this guy is. There is Yukikaze, and here is Crosscut. So towering above them all. You saw him with the Seeker, Sunstorm, and Red Alert earlier. Just again, I know I've said it loads of times, a huge figure, a very impressive figure. And I am going to literally end pretty much on this point there. I am going to apologize in advance that I haven't got the transformation process video, because I have just used Emgo's. I'm going to leave a link for that in my comments. It has more than helped me out with this particular figure, so thank you to him basically for helping me out with the transformation as well. And also, as I said, thank you to Ben Williams, who very kindly has allowed me to use this figure to review for this channel. And of course, thank you to Shozy, which is where it originally came from. The decal sheet I was on about, by the way, is something like that, so you could stick a Decepticon symbol in there, no problem whatsoever. But that's all I've got to say about this figure. Hopefully I did him some justice. Apologies again on the lack of the transformation process video. It would just literally eat up too much of my time, and I need to do more reviews and indeed look after my family. So yeah, great figure, fun to transform, but long-winded. Enjoy Emgo's transformation process video. I will put the link in, and I hope you enjoy looking at him. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.